Hello everybody, this is Diana at Warriors Ukrainian. Today is the 18th of September 2023. Russians continue to put pressure on Sinkivka. They had no success before. The grey zone near Kamadzinivka has been clarified. Battles continue for Serebransk forestry. Belogorivka and Spirina have been specified. On the Bakhmut front, no changes. Another attempt by the enemy to recapture the positions near Klishivka and Andrivka failed, I'm happy to say. Avdiv front, no changes. Refinements are ongoing. Berdyan front, a minor adjustment took place. After clarifying the information, it became clear that in these shots the enemy is not running away from Urzani, but is retreating when trying to reach it in order to regain control. Zaporizhzhia front, battles continue in Robotyne and its surroundings. Active clashes began north of Dorozovnica and Kopani. On the Taurian front, no changes. The hard work continues. An analytical note, various sections of the front have been clarified. The enemy continues to press on the Svatova area. The defense forces continue to conduct heavy counter-offensive actions in the south of the country. Andrivka is ours, said Deputy Defense Minister Anya Maliar. We are moving forward in the Bakhmut sector. The main fighting continues in the area of Andrivka, Kurmivka and Klishivka, and we have good news. We are consolidating our positions. The village of Andrivka is located south of Bakhmut. As Deputy Defense Minister Anya Maliar said, our soldiers are being consolidated in their positions, adding that the main battles continue in the areas of Andrivka, Kurumovka and Klishivka. Update. The 3rd Separate Assault Brigade denied Anya Maliar's information about the capture of Andrivka and called it erroneous and premature. They said that heavy fighting was continuing in the areas of Klishivka and Andrivka. Quote, such statements are harmful, pose a threat to the lives of personnel and harm the performance of combat missions, the message says. Meanwhile, Anya Maliar edited the post and corrected her statement about the capture of Andrivka by our defenders. Now this part of the post says the following. Andrivka, the situation is very complex and changeable. Let's keep our fingers crossed for hours. Second update. The Deputy Minister of Defense later explained her erroneous statement about the release of Andrivka was a, quote, communication failure between several sources of information. Analysis of enemy strikes by the defense forces from May to August 2023 indicates 2 main routes for supplying troops and equipment. So, let's examine each. The first one is to the south. Serenivia through Klishivka and Kudumivka. The map of strikes clearly shows the route supplying the enemy grouping south of Bakhmut. The vulnerable section from Semria to Kodema, where even strikes are possible, branches into 2, via Zaiteva and Malakovika. The first supplies the Klishivka area, the second the Kudumivka area. The complexity and vulnerability of logistics became one of the reasons for success in the south. Therefore, the enemy has no choice but to lay mines between combat contact line and the highway to Horlivka. The second one is to the north. The section from the gas station to the end of Lumumba Street contains 2 intersections. This is where the enemy's supply to both the city and the north is hampered. Our artillery's work on the road from Paraskovivka to Bekivka is very effective. While the enemy's holding of Zelensky looks like a bad idea on the map, the concentration of infantry there is colossal. In mid-August, the Russians' advantage in infantry prevented us from establishing a position in the forest near the village. Despite such a mess of routes, the enemy has relatively safe sections of the road from Solidar, Popasna, and Debaltsevka. Thanks again everyone for listening. I hope you found it informative. And again, like, comment, share, subscribe. We'll be seeing you again soon. Slava Ukraini!